The top 10 richest crown princes in the world. Royal families around the world are known for their immense wealth. But when it comes to crown princes, who is the richest? Stay till the end of the video to find out which prince keeps a $500 million painting on his $500 million yacht. If you're new to the channel and you want to see the luxurious life that the 1% live in, subscribe and click the bell. That way you never miss a video. Number 10. Dipankorn Rosmijoti from Thailand, $1 to $5 million. We're starting our list today with the Crown Prince of Thailand, Prince Dipankorn Rosmijoti, with a net worth of between $1 and $5 million. With royalty, it can be incredibly hard to estimate their worth, so there are a few people on this list with a range of net worth. Despite being the youngest son of the current King of Thailand, King Vajiralongkorn, he's the current Crown Prince. When King Vajiralongkorn divorced his last two wives, he disowned his children from those marriages, so the current prince best be careful. Luckily for him, his father is now 69, so it's unlikely he'll be having any more children. Prince Dipankorn is in the enviable position to be the likely recipient of his father's $40 billion of net worth through inheritance, which will make him the richest royal in the world when it happens. Number 9. Fumihito, Crown Prince of Japan, $1 to $5 million. In 9th place on our list is Fumihito, the Crown Prince of Japan, with a net worth of between $1 and $5 million. Despite being 56 years old, Fumihito was only declared the Crown Prince of Japan in 2020. The prince is known as a catfish specialist thanks to his time studying the taxonomy of fish at St. John's College in Oxford. The Japanese monarchy claims to be the longest continuous monarchy in the world, tracing its history all the way back to 600 BC. Because of this, the family is said to own billions of dollars of property around Japan. The most impressive is the Imperial Palace in Tokyo, which Fumihito will inherit as his home when he ascends as king. Number 8. Hussein, Crown Prince of Jordan, $1.5 million. Number 8 today is the Crown Prince of Jordan, Hussein bin Abdullah, with a net worth of $1.5 million. The 27-year-old son of King Abdullah II of Jordan is also the 42nd generation of direct descendants from Muhammad, the founder of Islam. The prince is currently serving in the Jordanian army as a captain, following his graduation from the Royal Military Academy at Sandhurst in the United Kingdom. While he may not be rich yet, the current King of Jordan does have a net worth of $750 million, which includes $100 million of property. When the lucky prince takes the throne, he'll be hoping to get his hands on the 3 oceanfront estates in Malibu, as well as properties in London, Ascot, and Washington, D.C. that the king owns. Number 7. Charles, Crown Prince of Wales, $100 million. Next, to one of the most recognizable princes in the world, Charles, Prince of Wales, with a net worth of $100 million. As next in line to the throne of England, Prince Charles carries many titles, one of which is a Duke of Cornwall, a title which supplies him with an income of $26.3 million a year. He does use that large income for good though, and is said to raise over $125 million for charity every year. Being the heir to the throne of England, he's also in line to receive a monstrous inheritance. The royal family of England is said to own $28 billion in assets that will all come to Charles if he's ever crowned king. He currently lives at Clarence House in London. Built in 1827, the mansion is estimated to be worth around $105 million. Number 6. Prince Hamdan, Dubai, $400 million. Number 6 on this list is Prince Hamdan of Dubai, with a net worth of $400 million. To give him his full name, Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum has been the heir to the throne of Dubai since 2008. The prince, who also goes by the name of Faza, meaning the one who helps in Arabic, is a published poet and world champion equestrian. Not skills that first come to mind when thinking of things a king needs to know. The Crown Prince has an incredibly popular Instagram account with over 14 million followers. He uses the platform to show his love of scuba diving, animals, photography, and adventures. One of the perks to being the heir of Dubai is that you get to live at Casa Al Watan. The presidential palace is built from white granite and limestone to reflect the heat of the Dubai sun. The palace is decorated in 4 colors that represent the beauty of Dubai. light blue for the sky, dark blue for the Arabian Gulf, white for peace, and brown for the desert. Number 5. Padmanabh Singh, Maharaja of Jaipur, $696 million to $2.8 billion. Now for the top 5 richest crown princes in the world. Starting with Padmanabh Singh, the Maharaja of Jaipur, who has a net worth between $696 million and $2.8 billion. Though the privileges of royalty were abolished in India in 1971, some royal families, like that of the state of Jaipur, have continued to use the titles for traditional ceremonies and tourism reasons. The prince, who was born on the 2nd of July 1998, has modelled for Dolce & Gabbana as well as Ralph Lauren. He's also an accomplished polo player and regularly features on Tatler's list of most eligible bachelors in the world. In 2019, he listed a room in his family's palace on Airbnb for $8,000 a night, making him the first royal host on the site. Number 4. Moulay Hassan, Morocco, $1.5 billion. In 4th place, we have Moulay Hassan, the Crown Prince of Morocco, with a net worth of $1.5 billion. At just 19 years old, his vast wealth is due to a very generous trust fund set up by his father, King Mohammed VI. His wealth is so vast that he's known as the richest child in the world. The prince still lives at home, which is definitely a good choice when you have a look at the palace the royal family lives in. Dar al-Makhzen, translated to the venue of Happiness Palace, houses barracks for the royal guards, a racetrack, and a cookery school within its grounds. Though the palace is closed to us commoners, you can only imagine how opulent it must be inside. The country's architecture is some of the most beautiful in the world. Despite being the richest child in the world, the prince has been brought up to be humble and is well liked by his people. Number 3. Prince Alois Philip, Liechtenstein, $3.5 billion. Now to the top 3 richest crown princes in the world, starting with Prince Alois Philip Maria of Liechtenstein, who has a net worth of $3.5 billion. The prince, who is currently 53 years old, is married to Sophie, Princess of Bavaria. His family own LGT Group, a private bank in Liechtenstein which has been linked to multiple tax avoidance scandals. The bank itself is said to hold over $43.5 billion in assets. Known as Your Serene Highness to the people of Liechtenstein, he also fulfills the role of head of state in the country. He's another prince who took time away from his duties to study at the Sandhurst Military Academy. Upon his graduation, he served with the Coldstream Guards in Hong Kong and London. The prince is lucky enough to live in Vaduz Castle. This incredible castle sits atop the mountains overlooking the town of Vaduz, which is the capital of Liechtenstein. The castle was originally built in the 12th century and has been occupied by the royal family since 1732. Number 2. Mohammed bin Salman, Saudi Arabia, $5 billion. In the second spot on this list is Prince Mohammed bin Salman, the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, with a net worth of $5 billion. Mohammed bin Salman Al Saud, better known as MBS, was born in 1985 and currently serves as a Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Defense in Saudi Arabia. In 2017, he purchased the super yacht Serene for $500 million. The 133.9-meter-long yacht is one of the biggest in the world. If the $500 million price tag wasn't enough, the boat supposedly holds the famous painting Salvator Mundi by Leonardo da Vinci, which the prince bought for $450 million. When he was asked about the yacht and the painting in an interview, the prince responded, "As far as my private expenses, I'm a rich person and not a poor person. I'm a member of the ruling family that existed for hundreds of years before the founding of Saudi Arabia." In November 2017, MBS rounded up hundreds of extremely wealthy and powerful men at the Ritz-Carlton in Riyadh. Many of the detainees were princes or direct relatives of Mohammed. The detainees were not released until they reportedly handed over large portions of their personal wealth. They relinquished land, cash, and business stakes. Famous investor Prince Al Walid allegedly handed over $6 billion worth of assets to his cousin. Saudi authorities would later claim that they had recovered $107 billion in assets. We guess that's one way to get rich. Before we move on to number 1, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe and click the bell. That way, you'll be the first to see our next luxury video. Number 1. Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, Abu Dhabi, $30 million. Topping today's list is Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, the Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi, whose net worth is estimated to be $30 billion. Better known as MBZ, the Crown Prince is also the President of the United Arab Emirates, as well as Commander-in-Chief of the Army. He, like many others on this list, studied at Sandhurst Military Academy. Apparently, it's the place to be for up-and-coming princes. When MBZ married his wife, Princess Salama, in 1981, he ordered the construction of a stadium where 20,000 guests could easily be accommodated for the 7-day ceremony. The wedding was estimated to have cost $100 million. MBZ is also extremely fond of falcons and is constantly looking at ways to help them avoid extinction. As part of this conservation work, he has established the Mohammed bin Zayed Conservation Fund, which provides financial support to ensure the protection of individual species, as well as honor those individuals who work tirelessly to protect such species. It isn't just birds he's known to love helping, though. The prince has also donated $55 million to the United Nations Global Initiative to fight human trafficking. In 2011, he and the Bill Gates Foundation pledged $50 million each to fund the purchase and delivery of vaccines for children in Afghanistan and Pakistan. There could be worse people in line to take the throne, couldn't there? Which of these countries listed would you most like to be the prince of? Click the video on the screen to see another luxury video.